Hello, Southern Solitaire fam. I'm going to be doing a reading and channeling tonight on the serial killer Richard Ramirez, who is known as the Night Stalker. He was born on February 29th of 1960, so that made him a Pisces. He died on June 7th of 2013, in which he was 53 years old when he died. Um, he was married at one point. Her name was Doreen Leoy, I think is how you pronounce it, and that they were married in 96. So he killed at least 14 people and tortured some more before he was captured in 85. And his famous quote that he left behind was, "We've all got the power in our own hands to kill, but most of us are afraid to use it. The ones who aren't afraid control life itself." So that was the quote that he wanted to leave with people to sit and think about. So his spree lasted from June of 84 to August of 85, and it spanned from San Francisco to Los Angeles. Like I said, he died from complications of B-cell lymphoma. So he died while he was waiting to be executed with lymphoma. That's what I was trying to say. My handwriting's a little messy, sorry. So, and the reason I wrote down again a little bit of information about him is because I don't know very much about him. I was born in 86, so yeah, I just don't know a lot about him. So we're gonna go ahead and get started, and I've already pre-shuffled the deck and asked a few questions, but and cut the cards, but we're gonna go ahead and do it again just so that we can get that started. I want to thank you for clicking on the video. I hope you enjoy it. If you haven't subscribed yet, and you do enjoy the video, please subscribe. Please share with someone who you think might like it. And thank you for taking the time to click on it and watch it. So we're going to kind of see why Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, what was in his early childhood, or what was in his mind that could have led to his behavior, and then what was going on in his mind while he was doing the spree, the killing spree. Like I said, and it lasted, like I said, from 84, 85, so a year, but that's still a long time, So let's see how he was treated as a child, maybe, if it was anything to do with his childhood. Page of Wands showed up. So the Page of Wands is here. This is usually young energy. This is usually children. Maybe if it's not children, then it's usually the beginning or start of something brand new. But it's an air sign, so it's going to be something of the mind. So in his mind, he was having these thoughts, I think, at a very early age. I said, I want to say he was a Pisces, so that, this, like I said, this is air, it's not water. But again, it's just, all that really stands for is that he was thinking about things already, like how he kind of wanted to lead his life as probably a young man, getting into early adulthood. He felt justice came out in reverse. So he felt something happened in his childhood that was a bit unjustified for whatever reason. We're going to use, of course, the clarifying cards to clarify some of that. But we'll get back to that soon. Just one second. But let's see why justice is in reverse here. All right, because the Page of Cups is in reverse. So he felt like he really didn't receive cups of emotion as a child, or cups of emotion, I mean, like love, anything that involves emotion, taking care of your children, how you would treat your children, loving them, taking care of them. If they're upset and crying, comforting them. So I think he felt like he lacked a lot of that in his childhood. So I think that kind of led to him feeling not bad to treat other people that way. So let's see when he was actually on his killing spree, how he felt about it, like what he was thinking, what started it. So when he was on it, he was feeling pretty good because he was in the Six of Wands energy. So whatever put him into it, when he started this, because this is the row where he has already began to start the killings and thinking about them, he was celebrating it. So yeah, like I said, I think he was thinking about it as a child, you know, like as a young teenager going into adulthood, you know. So let's see why the Six of Wands is here also for him to be like celebrating it. You have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So the Three of Pentacles is usually like working with people and on material things in the earthly realm. He chose not to do that. He chose to remove things from the earthly realm, material things, you know, not to say that people are material, but when you're on earth, you're in a body. So I think he felt that he was going to play with his pentacles on earth how he felt, and even if it meant that it was out of the norm and not acceptable, he was going to do it anyways. So you had fast communication come in. So this could be towards the end whenever they were starting to figure out and catch on to him. So like I said, they could have came in quick, you know, something happened and they questioned him and it didn't add up. So let's see. The Queen of Wands in reverse is coming out for the row for like after he passed. He passed, like I said, from cancer pretty much. So the Queen of Wands in reverse is like a very fiery energy. Obviously, it's wands. So, but usually they are, when the Queen of Wands is in reverse, they can be very sharp with their words or they cannot speak to you at all. But they want to make sure that they hurt your, like, it's not like make sure they hurt your feelings, but they want to make sure that they get across, like, don't try that again, you know, or if you do, I'm gonna come back at you just as hard. That's kind of like the Queen of Wands energy. She gets upset, but it's like, it doesn't stay for very long, if that makes sense, you know? So, let's see why the Queen of Wands is in reverse for after he passed from his cancer. Because the Five of Cups, I think he felt like once he passed, you know, he was in jail for a long time, and I think there was things that he wished he would have done before he died. So I think he was just like, the grass is greener on the other side. Like, you know, well, I'm dead, and now I can't do anything at all, and so this sucks, you know? So it's kind of like the energy I get from it. I don't know if that's how he felt, but like I said, that's how I feel when I'm looking at that card for him. Like I said, it just feels like I wasted so much time being in jail. I didn't get to do anything, and now I'm dead, you know, from some stupid disease, basically, some cancer, you know? So that's how I feel like he was thinking about it in his head. Alright. So, hold on. One card fall down here. Alright, so we got two cards for this, and we're just going to go ahead and use them both. You got the Six of Pentacles in reverse. But then you also had the Devil come out upright next to it. The Devil came out first. So, some type of devil energy is still lingering around him on the other side. I don't know. Maybe it looks like the devil's here and he has no interest in trying to learn how to give or take or what he did wrong when he was here. I don't think he cared. He died in 2013. So I just don't think he spiritually has gone to that level yet to where he's actually, you know, I'm sure he's had his life review, but I don't feel like when I'm in his energy, I don't feel like I care. You know what I mean? Like I think he killed these people and I don't think he cares still. You know, like I said, I think that's just his particular soul. That's just the way he is. I think eventually at some point he might, you know, but right now I think he feels like I ain't dealing with it, you know? Like I'm just going to sit here where I'm at and I'm happy where I'm at and you can't make me move. Like, I don't know. He seems very stubborn. I feel like being very stubborn, you know, like, I don't know. So let's see why the Page of Swords is here for his childhood. When the Page of Swords came in and gave him this message, it did bring him out of an anxiety, depression, insomnia state. So that's good as a child, but maybe it was it's a little bit weird because I felt like that card with the energy I got from it was that he was kind of starting to plan this behavior and how he was going to do it. So I don't know if that was making him at peace to finally be able to have a plan. So maybe that's why he was coming out of like, how am I going to get away with this? And yeah, so he has justice in reverse, and he's planting his seeds here with the Seven of Pentacles. He is planting his seeds to make sure that he is covering his tracks enough, or will learn how to cover his tracks enough to grow a harvest, to collect lots of pentacles. Unfortunately, in his mind, though, pentacles represented people and, you know, the things that he did wrong. But that's what he's doing with the justice in reverse. He is growing something evil, basically. I mean, that's what he was killing people, so it was an evil energy he was growing. But he was working on it hard. So then after the Page of Cups came in, it put him into a Four of Swords energy. So this might have been like what started the killing spree, because right after that you have the Six of Wands showing up in the next row for him celebrating starting the killing spree. So let's see why so whatever information came into him with the Page of Cups, it put him into like a kind of sad depression resting mode. So let's see why the Six of Wands is here after that card came out. Because some secrets came out. I think he was tired of holding back, and he was the Night Stalker, which, you know, oddly enough, here's the moon. You know, the dogs are howling at it, and usually they howl at things that they fear. So that's coming out over the Six of Wands. So yeah, he was having lots of secrets, doing lots of hiding in the night, and that's what he did. Like I said, he was called the Night Stalker. So let's see why the Three of Pentacles is reversed for him. Because the Queen of Pentacles is reversed. So I don't know. There's quite a few Pentacles on here. So, I mean, he's a Pisces. So I don't know if he had a lot of Earth in his chart, or if there was just things that he was not able to, not like deal with on Earth, but just he was having a hard time. Like I said, he was basically killing people. So yeah, he was having a hard time. But like there was something with the Earth sign with him, because there's lots of Earth here in this chart. So the Queen of Pentacles in reverse is going to be like a most of the time, if they're upset with you, they're not going to talk to you at all. And if they do, it's going to be very sharp and very sharp and harsh. Like, you're going to probably walk away and be like, damn, you gotta say it like that. Like, you know, you could have said it nicer. But when they're saying it, they don't realize how rude it actually sounds. Most of the time they do later, but they don't realize at the moment that it came off demeaning or belittling or anything like that. So that's not usually their purpose. But to be cold, yes. They want you to feel the coldness. They want you to feel the uncomfortableness. So whatever a Three of Pentacles in reverse he was working on, there was a very cold energy. Like I said, you know, killing these women and stuff like that, and strangling and raping them and murdering them, stabbing them, things like that. So yeah, that could be why the Queen of Pentacles is in reverse, because he was taking advantage of this earthly realm with the women. So you have the Eight of Wands, and then you have the Two of Cups in reverse. I think the Two of Cups is in reverse because this is near the time he got caught. So I think he felt like his time ran out. You know, he wanted to finish his cup, and he didn't even get a chance to. It got dumped over and spilt out because the Queen of Wands showed up. Let's see who the Queen of Wands is. This is odd. So the Queen of Wands is the Ten of Pentacles on this side. So the only thing you can think of is maybe somebody that he pissed off enough. You know, a fire energy, a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. While he was here, once they passed, which that would make sense actually, because I know now it makes more sense that I'm thinking about it, because a lot of his victims, he still had survivors after, you know, right before they caught him. So that might be them, say, you know, coming in the reverse with the fiery energy, you know, like basically like, I'm glad you're gone, you know, and I'm so glad that I'm in the Ten of Pentacles energy, and I'm glad that you're where you belong, and I'm glad you're off this earth. So that could be the energy coming off of that card. There's too many cards. So for the Five of Cups, let's just do one card, please. Yeah, it's like the Five of Cups. He's looking back at all the things, like the Seven of Swords is like the energy of someone who is like stealing, lying, cheating, things like that. So, sorry, I was a little bit blurry there. I was trying to fix the lighting. But yeah, the Seven of Swords is lying, stealing, cheating, being mischievous, not telling the truth, you know, all that kind of stuff, lying. So he's thinking back at his life review, you know, with the Five of Cups here, while he's watching it, how he really didn't get to experience life at all because he spent so much time screwing people over. So that's what he was thinking about immediately after he passed. Let's see why there's two cards here at the bottom for the Devil and the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Why is the Devil here first? Because the Devil energy came in and the Ace of Pentacles then came in reverse, which to me is showing him, like, he's still having a hard time maybe understanding that what he has done has affected the earthly realm. Like the Devil, it's almost like the Devil is taking away that opportunity to be able to get in touch with the earth. Like when you pass, you can still communicate, you can still visit realms and go between. And I think the Devil has stepped in, and even though he is the Devil, he still has stepped in and said, you're not going anywhere. Like, you're pretty much mine now. Like, you'll never go back to Earth to visit or see anything. Like, you'll be here with me. Like, you're mine. And with the Six of Pentacles in reverse, let's see what that could be about. Yeah, so he's saying, yeah, you're not going back. You're never going back, and you're going to start a new start, and it's going to be with me, and it's going to have an unequal give and take, because that is what you did when you were here, until you figure out and accept that you did something wrong and you admit it. Because he's not admitting it still, I feel like. Or not so much not admitting it, but not taking responsibility for it. He feels like he doesn't need to. Like, he doesn't need to explain himself to anybody, regardless of whether he's passed or how many victims he had or what he did to them. He still feels like, I did it, it's over, like, I don't gotta explain it to anybody. So that's the attitude I feel when I'm channeling him. Like I said, again, this was Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker. Like I said, he was born on February 29th. He was a Pisces. He was born in 1960. He died on June 7th of 2013 at 53 years old. He died from complications with B-cell lymphoma while he was awaiting execution on the California death row. So, thank you for clicking on the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe if you're not subscribed. If you would like to just chat about the video, go ahead and, you know, drop a comment in the comment section. If you have any suggestions for any serial killers that you would like me to look into, or any other type of true crime, go ahead and drop that in the section too, because, again, I'm really looking at, like, now too, like, I'm been going through the list, so I'm kind of going through most of the people I know, so I'm kind of trying to find people that maybe I haven't heard so much of, so that I can channel them. And so if there's anybody that you're interested in, just like I said, just leave it in the comment section, and I'll look into it, and hopefully we can get a reading on them. And if you know anybody who might like the video, please share it with them, you know, and so hopefully they'll subscribe and be part of the Southern Soul Tarot fam. So I just want to thank you for joining me, and I hope y'all have a great night, and I will be talking to y'all again very soon. Thank you, and thanks for watching.